What to you is the most important aspect of the US Chess Championships?
Well, I think first of all, it's a very strong tournament in itself. I think it's probably the strongest national championship in the world. I don't know if back in the day Russia was also very strong. I think nowadays it's hard to compete with the US Championship. Maybe India, I don't know. But just because it is very strong, it's always interesting, and at least myself, I'm always looking forward to play. And then there's also a little bit the challenge of, let's say, for somebody like me who it's on the older side of the age-wise of the event, the challenge of just competing with and seeing the new players, the really young players, to compete with them, to see what they are capable of and to learn from them and so on. And also because I also was once very young myself, so just to see now in perspective all the stages that you go through, it's quite interesting from just a general sports point of view for me. And that's something that, you see, I think, every year in the US Championship, because we always have a bit of a mixed field with the experienced guys, very top guys, and then some very talented youngsters. So I think this year is no exception.
I mean, I dreamed of being U.S. champion, U.S. Olympian for as long as I can remember. You know, I stood for the Pledge of Allegiance every day from first grade onward. I mean, from as far as I can remember back, I always wanted to be a top athlete, compete for the United States, and having won the U.S. championship once and played on the U.S. Olympic team for 10 years, winning 2 golds, a silver, and a bronze. It's already quite a nice career, and I'm definitely older than I used to be, but I'm certainly hopeful that I can put some more accolades and more trophies in my case.
I mean, we've all played each other so many times. I think it's just figuring these players out, on your 10th, 11th attempt of playing them, because you learn something new every time you play somebody, and, the repetitive nature of playing someone usually helps out.
The aspect, well, we're here for the title, to try to get the US Championship title. It's very prestigious. Also, it's getting stronger every year. We have more and more players switching to Shankland's Delight. But for example, Oparin, who's a very strong player, is also now playing. I think 10, 15 years ago, Hikaru said there's even no point playing the US Championship because it was very weak back then compared to what it is now. But now it's become pretty much the strongest national championship in the world. And to win it's very difficult. So if you win the title, it's really a big achievement. So try to do that. And of course, there's very good money also, thanks to the St. Louis Chess Club. I mean, they keep up the prices. They increase the prices pretty much every year.
I think it's quite a long tournament as compared to others. So if you want to end on a good result, you need to be very consistent throughout.
Well, it's the strongest national tournament in the world. Maybe if they organize one in India, they can compete with us. Although I think here we have more resources. I mean, even now, I think, even without Hikaru playing, this is probably the strongest US championship to take place, and the young guys are there, up and coming. I'm also up and coming, but it's good to compete with talented players. Always exciting.
I mean, for me, obviously, it's a tournament that I want to win. I wonder actually if anyone here has played more US championships than me. Probably not. I mean, if Hikaru or someone was playing, I guess he would have played more, but I feel like I might actually have the most, which is funny. And yeah, I've never won it. So, and now of course it's always getting stronger. So in a way, it will make it even more exciting if I finally do win it sometime. So yeah, I mean, that's the big goal. I think I've said it before in the past as well, that was one of my bigger goals, to one day win this tournament. So yeah, it's definitely one of the tournaments I'm more motivated for.
Oh, I think it's really a fun event. We've got all the best US players here, and then we've got me. So, I'm just here to mix it up a bit, show the rest of the guys, how bad chess can be played. And so, Yeah, I think probably it's better to ask them. They probably have a better idea. I'm just here as a visitor and a spectator mostly. So it'd be a good time.
I have no clue. It's my first US championship, but yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I mean, I've played two Russian super finals, which are very similar in format, also 12-player round robins. It's an extremely strong event. I think I'm like 10th seed by rating, and I think this year there are also World Cup qualifying spots, so that's like extra motivation to do well in the event. But in general, I'm like looking forward to playing the best US players. Yeah, with some of them I've played all the board before. With some of them it will be my first encounter.
Well, I think to win it, everyone is here to win it, and I think it's probably the strongest national championship in the world, right? Of course, India has some strong players, but they don't really have a national championship like this, so it's rare that you have a super tournament that's also a national championship. So I think it's to crown the best American player, so I'm sure everyone is trying to win it, as we have a very, very competitive field this year. I think maybe one of the strongest.
I think this tournament is very special for me also because it's a national championship and it's one that feels a bit more meaningful to win compared to other tournaments, which of course I also put a lot of effort into, but they don't have that kind of prestige of a national championship and fighting against the best players in the United States. And especially in the United States because it's so strong. And we see the average rating here maybe is like 2730 average, and everyone is above 2600, and many of the players are above 2700, that it's really prestigious. So I really do want to do my best and to try to win every year.